الفقر يخرس الفتن عن حجته والمقل غريب في بلدته. So, Brother Shafiq, please read the translation.
Of the third one, Sayyidina?
Number 3, please read the translation.
Naam. Miserliness is shame. Cowardice is a defect. Poverty disables an intelligent man from arguing his case. And a destitute person is one who is a stranger in his hometown.
Very good. So we want to start about first part. You know, it has, as you see, it has 4 parts, or we can say only 3 parts, because the third one and fourth one are a little bit similar. About the first one and the important point that we want to start it. So we have 2 words, al-bukhl, and the second one is ar. Bukhl means, stinginess or miserliness. Both of them are similar, we can say here. And about ar, we can say exactly the shame is a good translation for ar. You know, something that you don't like to show it. Something that maybe you don't like to understand others. This is ar. So, al-bukhlu arun, or miserliness is shame. What does that exactly mean? We can say miserliness is a sign of incompetence. Exactly like children, Children, when they have something, they don't, give somebody else because they are disabled. They are not able to do it. They want to keep it for themselves. So this is exactly what happened for someone. It's stingy. Someone is stingy. It doesn't like to maybe give something to somebody else. And we can say better, that person is disabled. Maybe sometimes wants to do it, but it's disabled because the bukhl, because the stinginess or miserliness is kind of disease. And many of other scenes that we have in Islam, they are like the kind of disease that we have them, so we have to try to cure them. So maybe we have someone that is bakhil, that is stingy, wants to donate something but was not able to do it. So Imam Ali alayhi salam says in another hadith, عجبت للبخيل يستعجل الفقر الذي منه هرب. This is really amazing hadith. Imam Ali alayhi salam says, al-bakhil is escaping from one thing. What's that? It's the poverty. Because bakhil doesn't like to be poor, and for this reason try to be stingy. And this person is escaping every moment from the poverty. But exactly in that time, while that person is escaping from the poverty, Imam says, I'm shocking that person exactly is hastening to the poverty. Hastening, or maybe try to be poor in a time that is escaping from the poverty. What that exactly mean? How is it possible? Imam wants to say, al-bakhil, or the stingy person, is a person that is living without money, without paying, or like I said, or without spending money, while that person has money. Does not pay, does not spend the money, the wealth that has, and wants to keep them to be rich and not be poor. So in that moment, this person is living like poor, is living like the poor, but imagine that that does not, maybe face the difficulty of our poverty. These are happening in the same time. Imam says, I'm shocking while I'm watching a stingy that is escaping from the poverty, but and exactly in that time is hastening to poverty by don't spending money that has. So this is one important point. Another thing, one of the reason of miserliness is fear of poverty, and Amir al-Mu'minin is mentioning about it. But mu'min is hopeful to mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because someone is hopeless from the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mercy, yeah, doing something like this, keeping money and don't spend it a lot because wants to save them, all of them. But someone believes the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not do these things. And we have one hadith that may be really helpful here. Many of the stingy person, they don't spend money even there for themselves, because stingy has different levels, exactly like other sins that they have different levels. The worst level is not spending money even for yourself and family members. Because some of the stingy person, yeah, they don't donate money, they don't give money as a charity or some other occasion. But someone has this disease in a bad format, in a worst mood, is person does not spending money even for himself or herself and family members. So this hadith says, spending money for your necessary needs, for your necessary needs, especially for your body, is not wasting, is not israf. Because sometimes we think if you're doing this one, maybe it's kind of wasting or israf, so we don't pay or spend money in that occasion. As a result, we can be like this stingy person. But in the hadith we have, spending money for your health, especially something that is necessary for your health, is not wasting, and even it's necessary and you have to do it. So right now I want to mention about the reasons and the solution of stinginess. The first one, the first reason that causes miserliness, it's lack of rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we don't rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so we are trying to think that we have. We don't pay attention about the blessings and the mercy of Allah that maybe in future they will maybe He will bestow us, or about something will happen in resurrection or some other things. We are not hopeful to promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And another reason, lack of attention to our blessing that we have right now. We are keeping the thing that we have, the money that we have, because we imagine this is the only thing that we have. If we lose it, we don't have any other things after. No, we have lots of blessing. One of them is exactly this money, but we have lots of other blessings. And especially even about the money, if we want to talk like the materialistic thing person, even we can say, if you have only this money, these days they say in business knowledge, they say you can earn lots of money from maybe a little amounts of money. Yeah, if you are focusing on maybe earning money, you can do it exactly even by less amount of money. Not exactly when you have lots of money, you can earn money, you can continue your business. Nowadays, we have many famous people in business that they are in a first rank of the richest people around the world, that some of them, or we can say most of them, they were person not from a rich family, but even most of them from the poor family or some of them even they had enough money for education or some other things. So it means you can earn money even from nothing. But we shouldn't keep the thing that we have, because we have the promise of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Most of the richest people right now, they don't believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but they gave from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessing. So we can give because absolutely we are believe. And maybe one thing is good to mention right now. After that, inshallah, I will talk about the solution. Al-Bukhlu, Imam Ali alayhi salam says, Al-Bukhlu jami'un li masawi al-uyub wa huwa zimamu yuqadu bihi ila kulli su. We have some, scenes in a hadith that they mentioned that they are the root of other sins. If you are doing these, after that you will do lots of other sins. One of them is exactly bukhl. When someone is bakhil, when someone is stingy, is trying to keep the thing that has. So because the money that has is important for that person, is ready to do everything. Is ready to say lie, is ready to backbite, is ready maybe hurt some other Muslim or any other things, because that person only has one aim, and the aim is keeping that money. So, and about the solution, I want to mention 3 solutions. First one, at first we have to increase our knowledge about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the problem that many of us we have. We don't have enough knowledge about the Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his attributes. When we don't have enough knowledge about it, we maybe sometimes misunderstanding about it. When we are saying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is raziq, sometimes we imagine that he's like maybe one rich person that can donate and bestow everybody that wants. No, it's not like this. When we say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is so merciful, we imagine one mother with lots of mercy. No, all of them are examples that we can think about them. But when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's out of material, it's out of this universe, or I can say it's whole of this universe. In this case, we can imagine better about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm sure that all of us as a human being, because we are limited, we are material, we can imagine Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as good as possible, but we can try to imagine a little bit. So this is the first problem. And the second problem, maybe it's more important than first problem. Maybe sometimes we know what's the meaning of Allah is raziq, Allah is donating, Allah is giving all the wealths, not only about the money, all the wealths. So we believe, but the problem is about the faith. We don't have enough faith about it. We need remembrance. Second solution is remembrance. We need dhikrullah. We need to repeat this one every day, every moment, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us everything that wants. Inna Allah tu'azzu man tasha wa tudhillu man tasha. If wants to, increase your status, and if wants to donate you a better status in this universe, is possible for him. If wants to maybe do vice versa, is exactly possible for him. So we have to believe to the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is possible only by repeating the dhikrullah, not only by our tongue, or by our thinking, by our action. And a third solution that we have, first one and second ones, it's in a mental is a kind of mental solution. But a third one is a practical solution, practical fighting. We need to fight every moment by stinginess. This is only way that we have. If we want to eradicate, if we want to fade, and if we want to delete all of the mistakes, all of the sins that we have, with all the way, and the way it's struggling, it's the fighting. We have to fight, because exactly we are sure that we have one enemy as Satan that is against us, and we have to try to struggle. We have to try to fight every moment to come over on Shaitan. So practical fighting, how is it possible? This will happen step by step. If I want to mention one hadith, let me a moment. Yeah, we have from the hadith, exactly from Amir al-Mu'mineen said, start donating even like other things, step by step. Amir al-Mu'mineen said, donate something. If you don't have that one, don't hurt you. Because as an example, if only I have one, maybe $10,000, it's my wealth. If I donate maybe $5,000, maybe it can hurt my life or my family members, and after that I will have some problems in my life. Maybe $100. The connection is okay? Right now is okay?
Yes.
Yes. Because others, they're not. So, I was mentioning about, Amir al-Mu'mineen says, if you want to start to donate something that does not hurt you if you don't have that one. This is the first step, because I said this is kind of disease, and when you are sick, you have to start to cure yourself step by step, not immediately, because the cureness is not happen immediately. So at first I have to say only $10. I can donate it. Yeah. After that, 50, 100. Yeah. And after that, I can increase it. So this is a way that we have, and we have to try to do it. And this one is really important. Inshallah, maybe about the poverty or something else, we will talk in future sayings more. But one thing is really important here about donating. Donating, it's the duty of all of the Muslim. It's not important that you are rich or you are poor. It's not important that you have house or if you don't have house. It's not important that you are married or unmarried, single. It's not important that maybe as an example, we have someone that they are even getting homes, because someone is getting homes, it's poor. Somebody is getting poor homes. So even the person is getting homes should be full of concern about somebody it's more poor than himself, to donate somebody else. So this is one of the duty that all of us we have, and we need to pay attention about it. And And we have in a hadith, I said maybe inshallah in another occasion we will talk more about it, but I have to mention this hadith from the Nahjul Balaghah also. Amir al-Mu'minin says, "Istanzil al-rizq bis-sadaqah." This is really fantastic hadith. This is really fantastic hadith. Because Imam says, you can, ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala money by donating money. All of the human beings, they believe, according to mathematics, according to business knowledge, when you are spending money, you are decreasing your money. But Imam says, if you want to increase your money, if you want to improve your status in economic, you have to donate money, sadaqah. This is one of the way. If somebody asks you, according to Islam, what could you name for me? Could you, count for me one of the way for earning money? You can say it's sadaqah. This is really fantastic. But yeah, we believe many materialistic way we have. Absolutely, all of them are true, and we have to try to do do the business from the way that has, because everything has a way, has a plan, has a path, and we have to do exactly like that. But we have some other ways that is especially for believers, for mu'minin, that they can do it. So we have some other things that inshallah I will mention. Another one, it's maybe inviting guests. Inviting guests. This is another one. Inshallah, we will talk maybe in some other occasion more about it. Yeah, Murada.
Aga, sorry to interrupt you. Just before a few minutes, there was a connection problem. So the example which you was introducing was cut between it. So can you please repeat it? Our example of $10,000 and with the hadith of Imam Ali alayhi salam.
I said, Imam Ali says, yeah, donate something that if you donate it does not hurt you, does not make a problem for you. Because I said, when you have maybe $10,000, if you donated half of that or maybe more than this, it will hurt you or maybe make a problem in your maybe in your future economic. But when you are donating maybe $100 or less than this or around of $100, absolutely does not make a problem for you. So start and donate from, yes.
So I should not donate that amount which make the problem in my life or in my family or in my future, right? According to this hadith.
We have about this one in Quran and two verses. One of the verses of Quran says, don't exactly what's that? I'm not about the verse that in Arabic, but I want to try to say the content. The content, the concept of that donate amount of money that will not make problem for you. Yeah, this is exactly like this hadith. But we have in another verse of Quran also some hadith that says you shouldn't be, we have Quran says yadullah yadullah maghlula. It's about another verse. Yeah, we have in some hadith that says try to donate the money. Let me a moment. I forgot it. Hadith says. We have one verse of Quran that says, لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون. If you want to be exactly a benefactor, a bar, benefactor, real meaning of benefactor, you have to donate the something that you like it. This is one of them. The thing that you like. And another one that we have in a story, that we have one famous story from Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam and Lady Fatima al-Zahra. They donated their iftar 3 nights. 3 nights they donated their iftar. Even they didn't have money to buy something for themselves to do iftar. So it means that was more than. Or we have in a hadith that Imam Hassan Mushtaba alayhi salam at least twice donated completely the things that he had. And 3 times he donated half of the wealth that he had. So it doesn't mean we shouldn't donate the thing that we have, but it depends on our capacity. Because the capacity of everybody is different. We are not like ma'asumin, we are not like imams. So when we are donating maybe half of our money, after that we will have lots of problem in our life, and maybe we say, oh, I'm not Muslim, I don't want to be Muslim, I made a mistake and Allah didn't maybe make up for me. Because we don't have this tolerance, we don't have this faith, so it's not suitable for us to do like this. It depends on everybody face and everybody capacity, and this is exactly will show up after marriage. Because right now you're alone, you can donate everything that you want, every money that you have, but after that you will have a spouse and even children, and you have to be more careful even about them. If your children, if your spouse, they don't have this maybe face or capacity to, if when you're donating money more than maybe some dollars, after that they will shock and they will maybe complain about it. So you have to be so careful about. So these are the points that it depends on a person. We can donate more than half of money even we have, completely the thing that we have. But it depends on a person and who is doing this one. So, but Imam says, exactly, Imam is talking about one formula. And what's that formula? Formula is donate amount of money does not hurt you. Maybe I'm hurting by donating $1 and you are donating for $1,000. It depends on a person, on as I said, on a face, and even about financial maybe a status that we have. So Imam says, yeah, if you can do this one, and I wanted to continue. So I think that was enough maybe about the first part. If you have any other question about the first part, you can ask. If you don't have, we can talk about another part.
What is the beneficial way to donate a money? Like if we just donate directly, or if we had to donate in the form of sadaqah?
Yes, exactly. For donating, we have two forms and two types. One of them is hidden, and another one in public. Your question was about this one. Yeah, true, brother. Yes. So if your question is about the two types of donation that we have, two types of sadaqah or infaq that we have, absolutely both of them are necessary, both of them. First one, I mean the hidden one, it's necessary for ourselves. we have to donate money because when we are donating money, we want to do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, not for somebody else, not for own. Because I said, if you remember, I said in Ramadan month, I said sometimes we are donating money because we want to maybe make comfort our heart. Because when I saw in maybe a street one female or one lady, especially in winter that is snowing, without enough maybe maybe clothes, or maybe exactly that lady is carrying one or two babies or infants. So in this case, my heart cracked, and I want to make comfort my heart, so I'm donating money. Exactly the things that many of non-believers are doing. They don't believe Allah. Why they are doing infaq? Why they are donating money? We have lots of other countries. That most of them are non-believers, but they are donating. They have some institute for donation. So what's the meaning of a donation in those countries, in those, maybe society? It means they want to make comfort, make rest their heart, because their heart is broken and they want to cure it. So in this case, we don't have any reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because we are doing the infaq only for ourselves. But when we want to do infaq for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we have to try to be secret. And another things, we have to be careful about our heart. I'm donating only for you, not for myself. This is the first one. But when we have to donate something in public, donating in public, it's more important. It's more important for society. I mean, I'm donating in hidden or secret, even for myself, because I want to make progress myself in a way of perfection. But I'm donating money in public because I want to teach others. I want to teach my family members. I want to teach my neighbors. When anybody does not donate in public, so after maybe some years, some other generation or next generation, they will forget it completely. No, we are doing sometimes in public because we want to teach others. So both of them are necessary, but we have a way. If we want to be safe from the Riyah and doing something for people, you can try this one. You can donate in public and hidden, but try to donate more in hidden and less in public. As an example, I'm donating when I'm in masjid. They are gathering money. They are collecting money for the poor. I'm donating maybe there $1 or $5. But when I'm in, maybe hidden, or I want to donate maybe nightly, I want to carry something for one family members, for one lady, or one, some orphans, I don't know. I'm donating more than $10. So it depends on the situation. Yeah, it depends on cases. I'm trying to donate in hidden more public. So that was clear, Brother Abbas?
Yes, sir.
Alhamdulillah. So any other question, brothers or sisters? No question? So, and I want to say another hadith from Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. Alhamdulillah, in every maybe topics that we are talking about it, Amir al-Mu'minin has lots of hadiths, especially even in Nahjul Balaghah. Right now we are talking about the infaq, right? And talking about the bukhl and the stinginess. Amir al-Mu'minin has lots of other hadiths and talking about different sides. Because every hadith is talking and focusing only about one side of the one matter, one subject. But another hadith is talking about another side. And we have to maybe combine all of these hadiths together to understand the real meaning of this concept and this topic. This is exactly like maybe this word or this universe. Amir al-Mu'minin, in lots of occasions in this book, is talking about the dunya and says dunya and this word, it's something that you shouldn't pay attention about it. It's not something important. But exactly in one other occasion, Amir al-Mu'minin in this book is talking about the importance of dunya. Yeah, then this is really, I believe, this is one of the magnificent and the important point that we can find it only in Nahjul Balaghah, that is talking about different sides of one thing. So, and exactly about the bukhl or stinginess, Amir al-Mu'minin has another hadith in Nahjul Balaghah, says هذا ما بخل به الباخلون وربي في خبر آخر أنه قال هذا ما كنتم تتنافسون فيه بالأمس. So Imam was carrying with some of the companion, and they saw a garbage. They saw a garbage, and he said, take a look on this garbage. This garbage is a things that last night you were stingy about it. This is a thing that you didn't donate it last night, because we believe in many of garbage. We have someone that they are some of the poor, when they don't have enough food, they are searching between the garbage. Yeah, it means that between garbage we can find something useful. So, and also it means that the thing that Amir al-Mu'minin says, we are stingy about the thing that maybe tomorrow or tonight will be a garbage. When we are paying attention about these, or we will understand that exactly we are like children. We like children, and we are keeping something that maybe we have one toy, we don't give somebody else, and tomorrow it will be broken. So, but all of us, as I said, we need one, we need one maybe solution, and we need to work on that. And it's a remembrance. It's a dhikr. When we are paying attention right now, we're talking. Yeah, me, myself, I'm talking, you're listening, and we will say, all of us, we say, okay, yeah, it's really ridiculous. But maybe some other moments, me, myself, I'm talking about it, but I forgot. All of us, we need to remember. We need the zikr, and inshallah, we will pray for each other to have dhikr in every moment, because really this is necessary, and we need the dua of our brothers and sisters. So that was the first part. Another part, and the second part and third part, only I want to say a summary. I said the first part was more important. And another part, Imam says, وَالْجُبْنُ مَنْقَسَ. Cowardice is defect. So what's the meaning of this one? We can say it's clear. Yeah, it's clear, because let me to talk about the reason it's better. Yeah, I gathered two important, I can say, maybe or three, yeah, three important reason for quartis, true, quartis. Yeah. So, and the first one, it's lack of knowledge. When we don't have enough knowledge about something, we have quartus about it. We are quartus about it. Yeah, we have quartus about it, or we are quart about it. So, yeah, the pronunciation is not true.
Say that cowardliness. Coward.
Coward. Yeah. So we are coward sometimes because, as I said, we don't have enough knowledge about something. This is the reason that many of children, night they are scaring about lots of things, because they don't know what's the thing that is in front of them, because they don't know. So they have, maybe they coward. So this is the first one, lack of knowledge. And second one, we forget the ability that we have. When we are forgetting the ability we have, we coward about something. This is the reason that in a fighting in battlefield, some of the soldiers, they are escaping. But why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Quran says that one believer he's equal 10 soldiers of your enemy. Why they are equal? The reason is we have a faith and the ability that we have. And the ability, when we are rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so it will be increased. This second one and third one I wanted to mention. Second one, it's and third one, it's rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But I can say both of them are same, because in Islamic knowledge and Islamic thought, we don't have self-confident. Self-confident, it's the Western, expression. Because only we want to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if we want to say maybe good translation or good expression in according Islamic belief for maybe self-confident, we are trusting on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not forget the abilities that Allah bestowed us. We have some abilities, we are using them, and even we are trusting on Allah. So this is maybe, the reason that sometimes we are coward, and we have to try to maybe increase our knowledge, and even we need to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala more, and even we have to use from the abilities and the skills Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave us. And the last part that I want to mention, it's والفقر يخرس الفتن عن حجته, or we have some other edition that says عن حاجته, حجته or حاجته. Both of them we can say in translation can be the same. والمقل غريب في بلدته. So if someone is a stranger, both of them wants to say, if someone is a stranger, if someone is poor, cannot say and cannot express the thinking that has. When we are poor, many of people, they don't listen to our maybe reasons, to our argument. It's important, pay attention at first about it. Nahjul Balaghah sometimes is talking about the thing that we have to do, and we shouldn't, or sometimes something that we have to be avoid from them, and sometimes talking about the reality that is available in society. Nahjul Balaghah or Amir al-Mu'minin sometimes wants, what's not to say this thing is true or not. Only what's talking about one reality. Exactly like psychologists. Psychologists, they are talking about different reality, and they don't say this reality is good or not. And Amir al-Mu'minin sometimes is talking only about some realities, and in that occasion does not talking about the goodness or that thing maybe it's bad. And here exactly like that, Amir al-Mu'minin does not say you shouldn't pay attention to the argument of someone is poor. No, Amir al-Mu'minin does not say we have to pay attention to every argument from a poor, rich, mu'min, fasiq, everybody that has argument and reason. We have to listen and learn even science from non-believers. That we have one hadith that says, learn knowledge even from the China. That was so far from the Saudi Arabia. So we need to try to learn everything from everybody. But Imam does not say don't pay attention, don't learn. Imam says when you are poor and you don't have enough money, even you don't have enough money and you have lots of knowledge, but unfortunately in most of the society, most of the people, they don't pay attention about your words and what you are saying. And this is another topic that maybe in another occasion we will talk about it, because we have two kind of faqra. We have two kind of poverty. One of them is chosen, another one does not choose. Sometimes I choose to be maybe poor, because exactly like many pious, they say that we have to avoid from using the thing that is available in this world and the wealth is. Another thing, some person they say, no, we want to have money, but the situation is, I don't know, for testing us or some other things, we don't have enough money. And Imam alayhi salam does not talking about the second group. It's talking about the first group, that is talking about them and says, if you want to say something, if you want to preach Islam, if you want to talk about your argument, pay attention. If you are poor, if you are choosing the maybe poor way and you don't have enough money for yourself, so maybe some other people, they don't pay attention about you. This is one of the things that we need to work on that way. We need to try to earn money, but maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has maslaha or knowing something about us that says, no, this is not suitable for you, and right now I don't give you money. Don't mind and don't be worried about this one, but the first one is important. And nothing more. That was only, I can say, the most important point that was mentioned. Last point was this one. I said, inshallah, we will talk more about the faqr, poverty, and the poor and richness, and any other topics that we have, inshallah, in suitable occasion, in Nahjul Balaghah and other sayings of Amir al-Mu'minin. So, any question? So thank you for your joining us tonight, or this evening is not a night. This evening, and inshallah I will meet you tomorrow evening, inshallah, again.